Welcome to the Dragon's Nest, home of the casual Dragon Ball Super card game players. This is a place where you can actually use cards you pull from packs or you can get from trading with your friends. Here at the Dragon's Nest, we try to focus on more casual decks that are fun to play or way better than just hyper meta decks. This doesn't mean we won't be showcasing any meta decks. We plan to bring you a variety of decks ranging from all parts of the spectrum, from decks you can introduce people to the game with, or to decks you can end up taking to your local event on the weekend. We're only going to be breaking these decks down by price because it's going to be a nice easy way to set them in a playlist for you guys. So moving forward, we're going to be putting decks into one of these 4 categories. Now first up, we have the Dragon's Gems, at decks that are over $1,000. And underneath that, we're going to have the Dragon's Gold. Now these are decks that are going to be in the $500 to $1,000 range. And then next they're going to be the Dragon Silver, which are decks in the $500 to $200 range. And last but certainly not least, we have the Dragon's Bronze, which are decks that are going to be under $200. By no means does that mean these decks are weak in any way. Now the links for everything will be found in the description of this video. Now we may call this category bronze, but these decks sure as hell aren't weak. Today's deck will only run you somewhere around $73.12. Now please remember that's at the time of recording this video and that price is found on DBS-Decks. Now we have another deck brought to you by me. And now let's get into the deck tech. I'm not going to tell you how many cards you're going to need. There's going to be a Dragon Ball above the price that's going to tell you how many you're going to need. And I'm not going to go over the price of every card. The price is going to be underneath the Dragon Balls for every card that's presented on DBS-Decks at the time of recording this video. So let's quit talking and get into this main deck. So here we have the leader card in the deck tech, SSB Vegito Godhood Transcended. Here we are looking at the leader front Vegito. When this card attacks, draw a card. If it's your opponent's turn, when one of your blue unison cards would be placed in the drop area, or if one of your blue battle cards is removed by an opponent's skill or KO'd, you can flip this card over and draw 2 cards. This card's awakened ability is at 4 or less life. You can draw 1 card and flip 1 energy up and then flip this card over. The leader front has 10,000 power. And now here we are looking at the awakened side, SSB Vegito Godhood Transcended. When this card attacks, draw a card. Its activate battle costs 2 blue. You can give one of your blue unison cards 10,000 power and triple strike for the duration of the battle. Its once per turn ability is almost the same as the front side. If it's your opponent's turn and one of your blue unison cards would be placed in the drop area, or if one of your blue battle cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, you can choose up to one of your mono blue energy and switch it to active mode and draw a card. The leader back has 15,000 power. So for the first card in the deck, we have All Too Easy for 1 blue. Counterattack: if your leader is blue, negate the attack and choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 1 and return it to its owner's hand. So if this card's in your drop area, you can activate it by paying its energy cost and removing 1 blue card from your hand from the game. You can only activate 1 All Too Easy per turn. Next up in the deck, we have At All Costs Vegeta, 4 with 2 blue and 0 for 5,000 combo power. This card has 20,000 power. When you play this card, draw a card and turn energy to active mode. Its activate main abilities, you can take 2 cards from your life to your hand, and this card will gain 3,000 power for every energy you have. And if you have 5 or more energy, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, and then this card will gain triple strike. So for the next card in the deck, we have Dimension Magic for 1 blue. Counterattack: if your leader is blue, negate the attack and choose 2 of your blue energy and switch them to active mode. You can activate this card's ability if you have 5 or more cards in the drop area by taking a life instead of paying its energy cost. Next up in the deck, we have the new Unison Gogeta Pursuit of Power. Now it has a minimum cost of 2 blue. This card has 15,000 power. So if your leader card is a blue Saiyan and you have another blue Saiyan in rest mode on the battlefield, you literally can't take damage. Now its Tick 0 ability is choose one of your leader cards or battle cards and switch it to rest mode and add a marker to this card. Its -2 ability is draw 1 and choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater to their current energy ignoring barrier and place it at the bottom of their deck. Next up in the deck, we have Great Saiyaman Town Hero, 2 blue and 0 for 10,000 combo power. This card has 15,000 power. This card is super combo. You can activate this card's ability if you have 5 or more cards in the drop area, and when you combo with this card, if your leader card is blue, draw a card. So next up in the deck, we have Krillin the Cunning for 1 blue and 0 for 5,000 combo power. This card has 4,000 power. So when you play this card, draw a card, and for the duration of the game, if the turn player were to use a battle card or extra card to switch an energy to active mode, they can't do that unless they choose 5 cards in the drop and send it to their warp. Next up in the deck, we have Mafuba, 2 with 1 blue. Counter battle card attack. Negate the attack and place this card on top of the attacking card. This card stays on top of that card until the end of the opponent's next turn. And while this card is on top of another card, the card underneath has no skills. Next up in the deck, we have My Supporter of Hope for 2 blue and 0 for 5,000 combo power. This card has 5,000 power. The card is blocker, and its permanent ability is if a Trunks future card is in your battle or leader area, you can play this card from hand for free. Next up in the deck, we have Quick Shift Majin Buu, 4 with 1 blue and 1 for 10,000 combo power. This card has 20,000 power. When you combo with this card, if your leader card is blue, you can choose 2 cards from your hand, shuffle them in your deck, and if you do, you can draw 2. Next up in the deck, we have Senzu Bean for 1 blue. During battle, you can choose one of your cards, give it 5,000 power, and switch 2 of your energy up to active mode. So for the next card in the deck, we have SS Trunks Architect of Peace for 1 blue and 0 for 5000 combo power. This card has 5000 power. So the text on this card is a little bit confusing, but it worked kind of like this. When you combo with this card, if your leader card's a blue Saiyan and you pay 1 blue energy, you can choose 1 blue Saiyan card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your hand, negated skills, and play it in rest mode. Next up in the deck, we have SS3 Son Goku Maximum Energy, 5 with 2 blue and 1 for 10,000 combo power. This card has 20,000 power. This card is evolved for 2 blue and 2 any over any Son Goku card. This card has double strike, and when you evolve into this card, it gains dual attack. Next up in the deck, we have SSB Son Goku Tenacious Warrior for 1 blue and 0 for 5000 combo power. This card has 4000 power. When this card attacks, you can add 1 card from your life to your hand and it gains 11,000 power for the duration of the turn. So when this card's KO'd, you can look up to the top 7 cards of your deck and choose a blue Unison card with a specified cost of 2 and add it to your hand. Next up in the deck, we have SSB Vegeta Heroic Warrior for 2 blue and 0 for 5000 combo power. This card has 50,000 power. If your leader card's a blue Saiyan, this card is critical. When this card's KO'd, you can draw 1 and choose up to 1 of your blue Unison cards with the specified cost of 2 in your drop area and bring it to your hand. Next up in the deck, we have Trunks Hope of the Saiyans for 2 blue and 0 for 5000 combo power. This card has 15,000 power. So when this card attacks, you can look into the top 3 cards of your deck and choose a blue Saiyan among them and add it to your hand. Here we're looking at Trunks the Constant Hope, 6 with 2 blue and 1 for 10,000 combo power. This card has 25,000 power. This card is evolved for 2 blue and 3 any over any Trunks future. If there is a Son Goku and Vegeta in your battle area or drop area, this card gains triple strike. And when this card attacks, you can choose one of your blue battle cards in your drop area and combo with it. Next up in the deck, we have Ultimate Fusion Gogeta, 5 with 2 blue and 1 for 10,000 combo power. This card has 25,000 power. This card has double strike. This card is Union Fusion for 2 blue and 2 any with a Son Goku and Vegeta. If you have 5 or more cards in the drop area when you play this card, you can draw 2 and choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards and place them at the bottom of the owner's deck. Next up in the deck, we have Ultra Instinct Sign Son Goku, 7 with 3 blue and 1 for 10,000 combo power. This card has 30,000 power. This card has X Evolve for 2 blue and you have to place 1 card in your hand in the drop area. And it can X Evolve over a Son Goku with an energy cost of 5 or more. This card has triple strike. When this card's in combat, your opponent cannot combo. When you evolve into this card, return all of your opponent's battle cards to their hand. Now for the last card in the deck, we have Whis' Coercion for 1 blue. Counterattack, negate the attack, and choose one of your energy and switch it to active mode. And now we have the price breakdown from DBS-Decks. So this deck I kind of whipped up for newer players out there who may be just getting into the game with the starter deck. My hope is that you can end up buying 2 of these things and kind of mashing them together with a few older cards to kind of make a good, fun, playable deck. Like I said before, this deck is pretty much just 2 starter decks pulled together with a few older cards that kind of round it out a little bit better. Now the deck is not going to be like hyper meta or super strong in any way, but it does have some really good plays and chances to catch your opponent on the back foot. It's very straightforward and easy to play being mono blue and all, but you do have some power cards your opponents may not see coming. Now you kind of want to play it safe with this deck, like use negates whenever you can and don't be afraid to combo cards off. But don't be afraid, when you have the advantage, don't forget to press. Now from the starter deck, we're keeping all 4 copies of all the new cards, including the Union Gogeta Power of Pursuit. Closing out the game with this deck is pretty easy and pretty fun. You're going to just want to keep smashing your opponents down with that leader ability for just 2 blue, giving your Union Gogeta triple strike. Now there are a few other safety net cards in the deck just in case everything goes horribly wrong. At all costs, Vegeta is a great card in its own. Getting 3,000 power for each card in your energy area, and if you have 5 or more cards against triple strike, the Ultimate Fusion Gogeta is another one of those really good cards if all hell breaks loose. If your opponent has 2 kind of problematic cards on the battlefield, you can end up putting them to the bottom of their deck and drawing 2. Now Trunks the Constant Hope is one of those kind of cards that you're going to put in the deck because you're going to end up keeping Trunks on the board. So it's a good alternative so that you don't end up just wasting that card and becoming just combo fodder. Now the SS3 Goku and Ultra Instinct Sign Chain is another good link. So the play basically goes, you can evolve into SS3, give it dual attack, swing once, use Bean on that swing, and flip 2 energy up. And now that the card's in active mode and you have 2 energy up, you can drop UI Sign, bring all your opponent's battle cards back to their hand, and go in for the kill. I just want to take a second to say thanks to the local gang for letting me show off their decks. Without these decks, it'd pretty much just be me rattling off nonsense and crappy decks all the time. I hope you enjoyed this deck list video, and I would love to hear if you end up trying it in the comments. Whether you play this game at home at the kitchen table, or end up going near LGS for a weekend event. All links for everything will be found in the description of this video. Now if you can do me a solid and don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified when the Dragon's Nest have uploaded another video. From all of us here at the Dragon's Nest, thanks for watching, and we hope you tune in to future videos. And as we say up here in the Great White North, have a good one and keep her going, eh?